Tempers fly on the U of M campus tonight as controversial gun rights activist Kyle Rittenhouse holds a speech called The Lies of the Black Lives Matter movement. Thanks for joining us. I'm Richard Ransom.
And I'm Pepper Baker, and that didn't sit well with many students, resulting in one of them being escorted out of the auditorium. Our Zaria Oates was inside to see it all unfold and is live from campus. And Zaria, set the scene for us. How was it out there?
It was rowdy both inside of the University Center Theater and out here just outside of that theater. Now, not every student was able to go in, so a lot of them stayed out here and protested. There were about 150, maybe 200 people out here protesting Kyle Rittenhouse actually giving his speech. Many of them were protesting, chanting, yelling, just kind of everything in opposition of him speaking. Now, inside of the theater, I was actually able to go in and sit inside. There were about 60 to 70, maybe 80, but that's pushing it, people inside of the theater inside there, but most of them were in opposition of Kyle Rittenhouse speaking.
Kyle's become sort of a poster boy for Second Amendment rights and the right to self-defense.
Kyle Rittenhouse, most known for being acquitted after killing 2 men and shooting another at a protest in 2020, made an appearance at the University of Memphis Wednesday night. He talked to students about the Second Amendment, his actions in 2020, and his views on gun violence in Memphis. But a majority of students were very strongly against his invite to speak.
Picking that specific person was intentional. You bringing him to a campus where there's a wide diversity of people was intentional.
The University of Memphis chapter of Turning Point USA invited Rittenhouse to speak. The University of Memphis made it clear that it's his First Amendment right to give his speech, so students who disagree with his message chose to get tickets and either voice their disapproval of him or not show up altogether.
The goal is to take up space, but mostly to take up space from the people that have harmful ideologies.
Turning Point USA says they are not going to comment on inviting him to speak. However, supporters of Rittenhouse say they just have a different political view than those protesting his speech.
The left wing has pointed Kyle out as a murderous psychopath. I do disagree.
This isn't freedom of speech, this is hate speech.
Rittenhouse's appearance, so it's probably safe to say law enforcement officers expected tonight's turnout to be a bit testy.
And they were right about that. Tell us about the security efforts at the event tonight, and was it hard getting Rittenhouse in and out of the campus safely?
Well, Pepper, Richard, we got here a few hours before the event actually started, and there were several state patrol officers coming in to set up ahead of time. They also made barricades on both the left and right side of the entrances just behind me to make sure that protesters stayed back. Now, getting Kyle in and out of the theater is an unknown. He was already inside when we got here at 4 o'clock, and we don't know how he got out. We didn't see him, but the people who are on the Turning Point USA leadership team here at the University of Memphis were escorted out by security officers as protesters ran after them into the garage. So that was a very high tense situation, but they were able to get out safely. And there was a lot of security presence here until everybody was gone. Live at the University of Memphis, I'm Zaria Oates.